I was actually on my way to the departure lounge when my news editor called and said, change of plan, go to Pakistan.
That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
I was on my way to New York because that's where the story was, the collapse of the Twin Towers, the terror attack, the attack on the Pentagon. And I was actually on my way to the departure lounge when my news editor called and said, change of plan, go to Pakistan. Well, I had no knowledge of Pakistan other than what I'd seen on TV, and that was very limited. Other than the famous cricketer Imran Khan, I knew nothing about Pakistan. And I was very reluctant, but I went. There were about 3,000 journalists within that week arrived in Islamabad, and it was quite an incredible experience waiting for the war to start while the war of words unfolded between Washington, London. Islamabad was playing a key role through General Pervez Musharraf. At that particular time, I was in Pakistan when he addressed the nation to say whether Pakistan, exactly where its position was going to be.
Pakistan has taken a considered decision to be a part of the coalition, to be with the United States, to fight terrorism in all its forms, wherever it exists.
And it was quite clear at that point. He had a metaphorical gun to his head from America, and he had to react accordingly. I'm very competitive. I don't like sitting being spoon-fed, and so I wanted to get a story that nobody else had got. And to my mind, that was going into Afghanistan. And it wasn't my editor's idea. They were very much against it initially, but I was determined to go into Afghanistan to find out from ordinary people, what is life like under the Taliban? Is it the most brutal, evil regime in the world? That's what George Bush and Tony Blair were saying. But of course, if you're going to bomb a country, you can't drop bombs on nice people. So you have to demonize them first. I wore the all-enveloping blue burqa and went in with a couple of guides. And if we had been challenged, they would have said that I was deaf and dumb and not able to respond. So that was the cover story that we went, and we went in. The first place we visited was Jalalabad, and I sat on the edge of the marketplace while the guides went off and bought provisions, and I was able to observe life in Jalalabad. And then we went into a village a couple of miles away called Karma. That day, the Taliban spiritual leader, who had already kicked out all of the Western media from Afghanistan, he released an edict just that morning to say anyone helping a Westerner during this time of escalating tension would be arrested. So I was taken into a room of a house and sat there while they decided what they were going to do. And of course, Afghans have this overwhelming need and drive to be hospitable. And so very soon they forgot the burning issue of, are we in danger? But they wanted to know more about me. And did I want some tea? Did I want something to eat? And within a few minutes, I was able to dispel some of the myths which still pervade today about the Taliban. I met a young girl who was training to be a doctor. And I said to her, I didn't think that women were educated in Afghanistan. Throughout the next 11 days, I learned quite a bit about the people of Afghanistan through the people on the ground who I'd met in the village, and subsequently when I was captured through the Taliban.